Still a bit froggy. Right, I'm going to do a demo again today using one of my stencils, and I'm going to do a bit of a mixture of stamps this time. Right, for stamping, I'm going to be using Versifying Clair Nocturne, Very Perry and Arctic, just for a change, some different colours. For some of the background, I'm going to be using these blending inks. It's the Colour Clouds again. Violet Haze and Frosty Sky. Getting to a different colourway this time, just for a change. I will be using my cloche stencil, minus the button on top. I don't think I'll be using that. Right, so my mixture of stamps is going to be one from Pink Ink, which is this lovely little, what's it called, Tipsy Mouse. Little Tipsy Mouse. Very cute. I'm going to be using Lavinia's Moon and a bit of foliage. Maybe the foliage. And now these, you've got to see these. These stamps from Nice Crafting by Lisa Magical Maker. They are brilliant. That is all I can say, really. Her very own design, fantastic designs. I absolutely love them all. I did treat myself to a few while I was at the NEC last Saturday. I did get a couple of freebies as well. Being on the design team, I got some freebies. So these are the ones I'm going to play with today. Some of the words I've not decided which yet. This one, the little fairies are attached to this stamp, but I have cut mine off so that I can use them separately. If you were to purchase that, they will be attached to that one big stamp, and you always get these little worker stamps to go as well. So that's what I'm going to be using today, and I'm going to be using an A5 card as usual. A5 card, 14 by 20 centimetre matte, and a 13 by 19 topper. Right, so that's what I'm using today, but I will show you the rest of Lisa's amazing stamps. Well, the ones I have, I've still got about 4 sets to collect. So, like I say, this is Nice Crafting, and Lisa is under their brand. So, Mystical World. I mean, I've not even put these back in the packets because I've been playing with them since Saturday and I just can't put them away. That skull is amazing. I've used it a lot. All of it's amazing. I've used it a lot. So you've got Mystical World. Something a bit different, you see. And I love all her stamps are, they're scene builders. And it's great because we don't often see scene builders. You get main images of things, but never the, you know, the things for building your lovely scenes. And this one is called World Scene Builder Set, and you can create some beauties with that. I used it to create a card the other day, which I will show you. In fact, I'll show you some of these that I have been working on. These scene builders, I mean, I created that using the scene builders. You see there and up the top there. That's using that set there. And the skull, that skull, I've used that many times. I've used that a few times as well. I've used it there. And I've also used it there. And I've also used it there. So many things you can do with these. I can't put them down. Right, that's your scene builder in your skull. We've got some more scene builders here. You've got your little fence there, or it could be a little bridge going across a waterway or something. More scene builders there. You've got your tree scene builder. And this is a lovely effect because you can use it for, you could have it as an archway, you could have it as a, I don't know, the front end of a pond, whatever. Again, you've got rocks, you've got you know, branches with little buds on, you've got your leaves, you've got some tiny little mushrooms there. They're just brilliant. And this, I love this. These mushrooms with eyes and eyelashes, absolutely great, absolutely great. And I do love those. And as above, so below. I love that saying. And then you've just got these worker stamps, or doers, as some people call them. Brilliant. And as I say, I have been using them. Again, that mushroom one I showed you with the fairies, that's that one. That's a card I made with that one. With a little, I love our little fairy sprites. So cute. And what else have I made using Lisa stamps? There's one of the mushrooms with the eye. Put it in my raindrop. You know, you've got an eye, you've got like a teardrop maybe. And then also while I was there, I treated myself to some other nice crafting stamps. I got this caterwauling set, and it's all these pussycats singing and doing their stuff, and I love it. So cute, it's really cute. And you get so many stamps in all these, you get so many in there, you get so many in it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pussycats there. Same with these doggos. 7 dogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dogs. And a little crate to play in. They're just brilliant. There's so much. There's so many more I want to get. And there's a couple of cards I made. Use the one using the cats. There's one. That's something else. There's one using the dogs. The lighthouse, seeing as you just seen it, these also came from Nice Crafting while I wrote the show. Picture this. You may be familiar with that brand, but yeah, Nigel from Nice Crafting is now selling these. Actually, these two I had already, but he's got a whole collection of these, loads of them. So I want to get more of these as well, because I do love these houses and things. So yes, so I just thought I'd show you them. Why not? Like I say, they're all still out of the packaging because I just can't put them down. I really can't. They're great. They're really good stamps to work with. Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit growly today. I've been a bit, I've had a bit of a cold, and my throat's up a little bit today, but just my luck when I want to do a video, really. Right. So let's get down to today then. So like I say, I'm using a few of Lisa's Scene Builders, a Mystic Mushroom set, and the Words Affirmations, not the Scene Builders, sorry. I'll probably use a bit of this foliage from here, but yeah. My little mouse, Living Your Moon, and a couple of bits there. So let's get cracking. So first of all, can't pick anything up today. It's one of them days today. Let's put the card and the mat out the way for now. Right, the cloche. I don't need to use the. I don't need to use that bit. Let's just give that a wipe, because I don't look like I've cleaned that properly from previous, unless it's just stained. Yeah, I didn't clean it properly. Naughty Angie, that's not like me. It's not like me at all. Right, so I'm going to put that there. I want some space at the top, because I would like to put some words at the top. And I've got some bits of tape here I'm going to use to... I'm going to block that handle off the top. Handle, knob, blob, whatever you want to call it. So put some tape on that, and then I'll put a bit of tape on the back of here so it stays held down. Right, if I can find the end. There it is. Just using this bit of what do you call it, tape? Can't even think what you call it now. Washi tape. Bit of washi tape. Put that there, that'll give me a bit less movement. Yeah, that'll do. Right then, so first of all I want to stamp my moon in there. And I'm going to stamp that with, let's give that a while, this sticky's wearing off. They get a bit dry, don't they, after a while? Keep peeling them off and putting them back on. And right then, so I want to stamp my moon. Which way around do I want it to be? Don't suppose it really matters. And I'm going to do it, I'm going to stamp this twice. I'm going to try and not to, in fact I won't stamp it twice, what I'll do. Right, again this is the Arctic, so I'm going to put loads of Arctic ink on there. And then I'm going to add a bit of this Very Pera, just in some places. Let's see what that gives me. And I want that up the top there. Get a good press down. Watercolour, this is watercolour card I'm using again. It's the De La Rowney watercolour hot pressed smooth watercolour card. But I like to get time to soak the ink in. There you go, that's my moon. There's my moon. Give that a clean. Yeah, I think from keep, you know, putting it on and off here, just gets a bit ropey, don't they, after a while. Give it a wipe on the back and it brings it sticky back. Right, so that's my moon in place. What I want to do now is using these colours. I'm not sure which is the light. That's nice and light. I want a nice light colour. Blue. Now, has that got blue on it? Let me just check that, because I don't want to end up... In fact, I've probably got enough blue on that to, without even using this. I just want to go around my moon a little bit. With a light colour. Actually, that Very Pera looks like it's took over completely, doesn't it? You can only just see the blue coming through that. But anyway. So I'm going blue around there now. So I've got my blue circle around my moon, so it makes the moon stand out a bit more. So you can see that it's a moon, it's got edges now. Okay, bring that down a bit. You know what I'm like for mixing my colours. Now, and I don't mind stamping things over the top of colour, because at least I know that I can, any colour I don't want, I can bleach it out. Right, I'm going to use a bit of this blue now. And I'm going to put some colour down here, because obviously this bit that's blocked off, that obviously that creates your shine on your glass. So I want some colour down there. Oh no, I didn't get out. I didn't get out of colour for the bottom of the cloche, did I? Right, so I'm just going to put a bit of colour just there, because That's where I want to stamp my mouth, so I don't want to have to bleach too much of him out. Him or her. Whatever that mousey is. I guess he is whatever you want him to be. Right, so I'm just going to leave that fade there. Like that. I can always put more colour around him when I'm done if I need it. So now there's my purple. See if that's got colour on it as well, because I don't want to be overdoing anything. It's got some colour on it, but not enough. Alright, so I'm going to use this. It's probably about, this one's almost dried out now, I think. Right, that's it. So now I'm going to go around the edge of the stencil with the darker colour. I don't want a positive line, I want to blend it in. I think I've put a bit too much ink on there. Seems to work 1 second and not the next. These brushes are a bit, I don't know what it is with them. Let's see if we can go darker up there. And then it piles it on right where I don't want it to be. Bloody typical. I want some of the blue to show. Don't want to cover the blue completely. I'm trying to be careful because this brush, especially this purple one, I don't know why, it just seems to drop colour all of a sudden. You go in nice and lightly, then it suddenly drops a great big load. Whereas I want it, oh, see what I mean? Whereas I really want it to blend into that blue. To give the illusion of the moon shining. You know, the pale blue, the light from the moon. But anyway, yeah, that looks alright, I think. Still reasonably well blended. There, that'll do for now. If we need to put any more in, we'll put some more in. Get rid of that. Right, so that's that blended. Now, I'm going to take that off before I do any stamping, I think. You know how I like to do my stamping. Oh no, better. We need a bottom, don't we, on this? Let's have a look. What have we got in here? I've got a brown in here somewhere. Got a green. Got a beige. Let's have a look, see what's on that. Oh, that'll do. Let me just use that. This is where your mask comes in useful. Put that on there. Now I can put any colours I want in here now. Blend over them that's already gone in there. That one keeps moving, but never mind. Yeah, it's very light, very pale colour that, isn't it? Right, let's have a look, what else can I put on there? that's the wrong thing. Let's put some red in it. Wood does have reds and things in it. Oh, that looks nice. Does have a tendency to move a bit, that middle strip, I must admit. It's a bit flimsy. Right, so I'm going to go darker at this edge. And darker at this edge. So we've got light in the middle. May as well bring and take that strip out there. So we've got a lighter strip in the middle that makes it look like it's shiny. Was that the red or was that the red? No idea anymore. And if I put some orange over the top of that, it might give it a bit of a... See what I mean by these brushes? They're usually quite well loaded from when I've used them before. Now it's looking kind of brownish, so that will do. Right, now I can take that off. Yeah, that line's blended in, but it don't matter. Just makes it look like it's got a shine across it, doesn't it? Let's watch that. Let's give that a clean. Good practice, keep your stuff clean. Get rid of that. Use that again another time. Right, put that away for now. Stamping. Yeah, these inks can be quite wet, so I'll just pull the edges in. That's it. Like that. So we've got our cloche. Don't need a button on the top. That's if you want to use it for a cake cover or something like that. Now then, little mouse. He's even got his little slippers on, bless it. So I'm going to ink him up in Nocturne. Little tipsy mouse. I think that's enough. Right, I don't want him right on the very bottom, and I want to put it over here a little bit and put a little bit of foliage behind there. So I'm going to put him about there. Drunk as a lord. Little fairy mouse, he's got his little wing. By the lovely Kathy from Pink Ink. I do love Kathy's creations. It's one of my favourites as well. There. So he's there. to use, oops, something's sticking to me. Stamps, right. I was going to use some of this foliage from here and have it so it looks like it's behind, like the glass is in amongst foliage. Now I don't know whether to stamp out a mask and cover that whole thing or try and do it with my white pen effect. You know what I mean. You know what I'm like with my white pen. My white pen effect. Right. Because it's quite a big bit to... I think I'm better off just using a few bits like that. No. I want to use that. It shows you how versatile these stamps are. Let me just get me a big block so it holds the whole thing in place. And it's that end I want. So, oh actually, no, let me do this first. Right, okay, so I'll place that where I want it to be. I want that foliage. That bit there. So, white pen. And where I can see where the glass is and the mouse is, I'll draw a line. So I know to ink just up to that line and also just to there as well, because I don't want it. And then I've got to try and miss that bit in between there. With me ink, this is going to be tricky, but let's see what I can do. Stick that to me. You see where I've got my white lines in there now, can't you? I'll try and get me black ink in between those lines. So we've got a little bit there. And we've got this here. And you can do this, just use the corner of your pad. Anything that's gone over, you can always wipe the excess off with your cloth. I just want it to look like, you know, he's got his glass stacked up against the foliage. So I don't want that bit in there. And I've gone over the line there. And that's where his wings will be. And over the line there. So that should be about right. See, I've only eaten that little bit. And I want to put that where his wings are. That bit's gone over. And that's his wing. So that's it. Place that there, like that, and plonk it down there like that. I might even put the stencil back on at some point and might even go a little bit darker. I do want it to look like night time, but I want it to look like there's the light from the moon as well. Perhaps early evening. No, that didn't stamp very well, did it? Oh dear. Yeah, because faffing about with it too much. Let's try that again then. Just that bit straight down there. Took too long placing it, that's why I'm cleaning off the excess. Let's try and do that again then. So that's there, that's there, that's there, that's there. I think I'm about lined up again. Always draw the extra bits in if you miss any. Just a few little lines to join it in. There you go. So he's resting against some foliage now. I'll make that look better when I put some colour on it. I didn't do the best job of that, did I? But it is what it is. And we can carry on because it doesn't matter. Now I'm also going to have these little fairy sprites. I'm going to use those as well because I think they're great. And I'm going to have this one here, telling the little mouse off. Drunk again, you naughty mouse. So that one can go there. Cute, aren't they? And I think this one can go up there by the moon. I've caught the edge of that one. Let's get rid of that because I don't want that smudging onto me. And this one can go there. She's looking in. There. Little fairy sprites. I think you could probably use them as dragonflies as well. I mean, they're quite versatile, aren't they? Pretty little things. Right, that's that for now. So I want to do a little bit of painting in that glass. I'm going to bleach some of that. I do want some blue in there, but not that amount. So I've got a bit of bleach in this little O'Donnell's moonshine bottle. I've got these at the show as well. Really nice, really nice. That's a bit of moonshine. So I'm going to bleach some of that blue out there with my brush. Again, it's just very thin, cheapo bleach. Cheapest you can find is all you need. I don't mind seeing that moon through there because you would do. You would see through the glass. I am going to have some blue in there. Let's take the blue out the little mouse as well. Little legs. Okay. See, easy peasy. Actually, I'll do the same for the fairies as well. Let me use a smaller brush for the fairies. Let that one soak in a bit. I don't know if I don't think I'll be able to bleed that moon out, but we'll see it as see through the fairy wings. That's it. Just that little bit. There you go. Right. Little bit of painting now. So I've got some paint already in my palette there, Andy Skinner inks in this paint palette that I've been using, so I shall continue to use those. I'm just going to dry that bit off where I've put bleach in. Make sure all my ink's dry as well. That'll do. Right, so little brush. Get the bleach out and make sure there's no bleach left in it. Right, first of all, I'm going to colour my little mouse. I've got some brownish colour here. So I'll colour my little mouse. Very pale brown there. And his tail coming up the side there. I think he's sweet. Oh, someone's alarm's gone off. Someone's got a pale little belly. Put some of that colour out. There's my pale around his face there. And his nose, because I want to put a bit of pink in his nose. Oh, he's very pale, isn't it? Let's put a bit more in there, so give him a bit more colour there. A bit more down his arm and his back. The rest of it needs to be like that. That's it, that's better. Right, so just so you've got smooth edges, blend that edge in. That's it. I always blend the edges in so you get smooth lines. Don't want no rigid lines sticking out. Right, bit of pink. And that'll be his nose. I think I need even a smaller brush than that. His tiny little, skinny little legs. Yeah, that's very pink. His tail looks almost purple, so well his legs look almost purple. Because he's had too much to drink, that's what it is. He's turning pink from all that red wine he's been drinking. Ears. Pink little ears. Let's just so I can take some of the colour off his legs. His tail. Blend that in on his nose. There you go. That's fine. I'll go a little bit darker on his inner ear. Like so. Again, a bit of water. Pour the colour out. It blends in. There we go. My hair's wishing around all over the place. The hair that keeps getting in the picture. Right, the glass. Now the glass, I want the glass to look like a real pale bluey colour, like what was in there. Really, really pale bluey colour, so that turquoisey bluey colour. I want it to be down there and down there, and I want some at the top here. Around there like that, so you see it's got really pale. Blend that all in. Right, and then what you do is you get a bit of pink and you do a little line of pink going down, and that be the reflection from the wine that's in there. You can put a bit more in if you want to, like that. A bit more blue, I think. Blue in between the pink, that's it. So it gives the illusion of a shiny glass. Can you see that? Don't know if that stands out well enough. Don't know if you can see that. Also down the glass, the stem. Bit of blue down there. A little bit of pink. Because it just would. It would have pink. It'd have that shine on it. I also want these fairies to be, I want these fairies to have pink wings as well, I think. Seeing as there's a lot of blue in the picture. And you can still see the moon through her wings. Not finished with those yet. Oh yeah, and then there's the mouse's wings as well. What colour wings can we give him? What's that? It's a blue again, isn't it? No. I'm going to give him green wings. I think a nice dark green wings. I think I need a smaller brush. Oh, post is about. My doorbell will be ringing in a bit. So I can get this done before he comes. Little green wings, there you go. A bit of turquoise in them as well, just for effect. Water that down. That's it. So always put colour in and then pull it out what I don't want. Give him some turquoise little slippers. Tipsy Mouse. I don't know about Tipsy, I think he's absolutely sloshed myself. Right, so that's my little mouse done. So now I'm going to use a little bit of white pen for a few highlights here and there. Or, better still, my bleed proof white. There's my fine brush again. Just lay a bit of water down here because this is always so thick. I've already watered it down when I first bought it last week. I've had jars in the past that have just dry up. You come to use it and before you know it, the jar's down here. It just seems to dry up. Right, we're going to put some marks on this glass as well. Dee 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 dee. A little bit of shine on his ears. A little bit of shine on his nose. And his slippers. Poor little legs. Tail. And his hands. And a little bit on his podgy little belly full of wine. Love the moon shining on him as well. I will ground him in a bit as well. And the fairy wings, just flick a little bit of white through the wings. Just there. The same on the other one. Flick, flick, flick. Like that. We'll put a little bit of shine on our wings. Just to show that she's in the moonlight. A bit down the back of her body. There. What do you think to that? Right, while I've got my white active, let's get this. Paint that line back in. That's it, that makes it look like that's got a shine down there as well now. I think we're about there, you know. So that's that. Right, I'm gonna, oh no, I'll tell you what I will do. I use that green to put in these plants. in the foliage, Lisa's foliage. I didn't do the best job of that, to be fair. It was a bit awkward placing, but... And I'm going to put him on the ground as well, so... I use this green just to... Oh, here's my postman. Right, that's posty sorted out. Right, let's add a bit of ground. Underneath that gloss. That's it. There you go, it's on the floor. He's got some grass. He's got some plants. I think maybe I'll put a little bit of blue in his wings because he's now taken on the colour of the grass. Just a little bit. Just like that. That's it. Just to separate from the skivvies. Eye a little bit of a resharpen. There we have our little mouse in the cloche. Just a bit more white. Just highlight his wings a little bit. And also around the flowers. So that's that bit done. Right, get rid of that now. Now then, foliage. What I was going to do, I was going to use this. This is the Lavinia Spanish moss. I was going to have it hanging down there, I didn't know if it would fit. Oh, it does fit. Yep, that does fit, so that's dry as well. That's it. And I'm going to do that. I just think I'm just going to do it in black. Like that. Oh, I don't want that around the edge. I'm just going to have that hanging down there. And there. And there. And then I'm going to have it going across the top. Just makes a nice corner piece, I think. Helps to finish your picture off. Okay. Now the words. Which words shall we have? Never change being you, never give up. What would go well with him being drunk? Reap what these sow. Yeah, that'd go well, wouldn't it? Actually, that's good. And that would fit there, wouldn't it? Reap what these sow. Yeah, brilliant. And nocturne again. I'll try and get it straight. I always, because my visuals on the skew, I always get my stamps on the skew as well. Reap what these sow. Yeah, it's definitely on the piss. I think I can never get it level. Yeah, never mind. Perhaps if I give it a drop shadow in a light colour, it might not be so obvious. Let's have a look. Give it a drop shadow. Oh no, the cat's awake and all now, blimey. There you go. I'm happy with that. Yeah, happy with that. There you go. Today's product. Done. So now we're going to stick it all together. Obviously I'm not going to put you through that. Me gluing. Let's just get rid of that. And that will attach to that. And that will attach to the card. And there you have today's lovely card. There. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Check out Lisa's stamps. Nice crafting. Lisa Magical Maker. Brilliant. You will love them. They're awesome. You just can't put them down. Okay. Thank you for watching. Bye now.